felt very tired, but it almost feels like, yeah, like I'm not grounded, I'm not present. My mind feels very foggy. I feel like I'm in a trance state like 90% of my day. When I'm out in public, when I'm home, I'm just
Is
the
it
best.
my imagination or everybody else notice how the sun was flashing through the window? It was first bright, and then it got almost this pink hue, and then it turned bright again, and now it's a bit, let's say, muted, faded away. Did anybody notice that? It's like you're saying here, I'm here, my mind is here and there, not really present. So where's your mind if you go within and just scan it? Just track it. Where's your mind now?
I honestly feel like this is my body and my mind's like a little planet just hanging out here. Like that's how I'm.
That's an amazing state of self awareness and art of self observation, isn't it? You know how many workshops I've done on astral projection? People paid a lot of money for those. Coming back over and over, some people wanted that astral projection, that skill so badly. They invested years. But here, it's just naturally coming to you. Isn't it amazing? Your mind is absorbing your body, it's right there. You project it yourself. And sometimes it's so helpful to withdraw yourself from the situation to get sense of it, to really understand what's happening in your life instead of being marinated in this pot, in this juice, constantly losing track of what's real. It's nice to step out and just observe, isn't it? And when you observe it like this, what do you see? What goodies do you notice in your life?
I feel like the more you're talking, the more grounded I'm feeling. Like it's a choice I can make to, like you said, kind of step out and observe versus like being in that state all the time. I can be like consciously aware that I need to maybe step back or take a break. And the more you're saying that, the more actual presence I'm feeling in my body.
It's like unexplainable paradox. People say, I'm not in the body, I'm not grounded, I'm not present, but here they are, just like you are in this very moment. That what maybe gives you the sense of presence, and you say, the more I am observing, the more grounded I become, right? And when you get that grounded, you really get the understanding, not just of yourself, your desires, your needs, but also your power, but also that understanding may come with understanding of life in general and how this universe works, how to interact with this world to get what you want. And that is an amazing gift when you can observe yourself and understand how to get what you want. How are you feeling?
My ears are like, it's almost like static, like stuff's trying to like balance or like adjust. It's very interesting. And just like the themes of what's been going on. I've been in this observant mode and it feels different, like more present as we're talking, like I'm being reminded of that. It's almost like I think I don't know if it's I don't know what to do or like almost being lazy about it or something where you just kind of like check out and you're going through the motions. So I'm feeling like I have more understanding maybe of what's going on where I can.
Do you check out or check in?
But I was talking about like it's almost like I'm outside of myself. I think like when I'm going through the motions, I've been kind of just going into that state versus like when I'm being present, like consciously observing something, I
But
feel
you
more.
see, when you pay attention to what you're observing and becoming that aware, of where you are, outside or inside, you're still becoming very present. Doesn't matter in which place you're present, in or outside, as long as you're observing yourself. And when you realize that, that communication with yourself and the world becomes very different, and then you can not only observe and see everything you need to see, but also hear. That's what you're hearing, feeling right now in the ears. It's silly how people say, I need the answers, I ask for it. But they keep talking and talking and talking, and for as long as they're talking, they cannot hear anything. But when you step out like this outside, you said check out. But is this check out real check in? Checking in with yourself, with what you feel, with what you need, with what you want, what's happening outside. This is when your ears open and you start to hear what universe is saying. And in that mode, you really can receive what you need, fulfill your needs, make your dreams come true. Yes,
Yeah, that feels more like being an active participant in my life.
but you are an active participant in your life. You're alive, you're talking, I see you're moving and even smiling.
Mm.
And the sunshine just reminded you again you are an active participant. It became a little brighter. Whenever sun gets brighter, everything awakens, with the spring, the nature awakening, leaves coming out, flowers start to bloom, we see butterflies are flying everywhere, and that reminds us time to awaken everything you've forgotten, awaken what you kept suppressed, what you did not let to come out, what you hid from the world. Maybe this is a time of big awakening, stepping forward and showing who you are, how many gifts you have, how much love you have to share. And that is a real awakening, isn't it? Do you feel more awake now, more present, more grounded? Yes?
Yes. I feel like all this stuff wants to like just come out. Like, like I feel it coming out.
So what is happening with the state?
Well, it's like I'm watching you on the screen and like it'll be clear and then it goes blurry. It'll be clear and it goes like almost,
So you're going in and out, you're
yeah,
transing out a bit, spacing out.
yeah.
So do you sucked in inwards?
As far as like the information you're saying, or like,
When no, your state. Do you feel that you've been withdrawing?
no, I feel like I'm going more in. I can,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's prompting it? When I ask questions, you have to go in, right?
Yeah. And I think just like you're saying certain things that are feeling very like empowering to me.
Questions will always have the person withdraw a bit to get the answer. Any question, logical, illogical, simple. What did you have for breakfast? You have to withdraw. In the beginning of your session, simple intake, if you're doing an intake interview, you're asking few questions, you're already doing fractionation. You ask questions, simple questions, they have to withdraw a little bit. They give you answer, they came out, they gave you answer. You ask another question, they withdraw a little bit. Now they have to come out and give you answer. You're already working with this alternate state. After a few questions, you keep in your pace, you're working with your own, controlling your own state. You are transing them out. They're, after a few questions, they're becoming very receptive to anything you're going to say. whatever answers they give you already then in that very moment, you can reframe it and give it back as something better. They're already very suggestive. Suggestible or suggestive? How do I say it?
Just
Suggestible. Yeah.
yes.
So
When it was
yeah.
interesting, I don't actually have. I was thinking about that yesterday after the past life little meditation. I don't have astral projection experiences normally that I'm like conscious of. And then that's what had happened when we started the meditation. And then it was interesting that you brought that up as you were talking to me. Um, but I am aware that I call it, again, I check out. So like you gave me something practical to be like aware of. Um, again, versus feeling like I'm going through the motions. So that's what I think like there was a lot of things that made me feel empowered to be like back in my body, back present, aware. But then like another way to look at that instead of like in a negative context, it's like maybe like you said, the me stepping away, observing is actually where I get that clarity, that quiet, verse. Like I've always felt it in a negative way, like, oh, you're, just like, I don't know, it just feels like a negative context to it. So like I could see in a session where that would be very empowering, for the individual and practical to take in their everyday life. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.